important segments. These factors are very, very important not only for the evolutionary theory, but each and everyone as of now with the pandemic situation, struggle for existence, use and disuse theory, survival of the fittest. If you don't have these elements, you would be thrown out from the conditions or situations. So we need to keep in mind, we have to accelerate our mindset to cope up well with this kind of situation, especially during this COVID-19 induced pandemic challenges. Struggle for existence, use and disuse theory, survival of the fittest. Smart nation. What is the smart nation? Every nation is a nation. How do they able to coin the name of smart nation? Because of the ideas as well as the capacity they are overcoming with the challenges, or they are increasing the capability to handle the issues. So the vision of the smart nation can be simply said for Singapore. They are concentrating for the smart logistics, smart health assistance programs, and smart nation technology procurement things. So these are all providing the support for the nation to become a smart nation. Why the smart nation wanted to build and how it is going to benefit the people as well as the government who are going to look after with this. Serving the citizens is the commitment by the government because they are vouching and they are ensuring the living style as well as living capacity of the people, and then running the business without any flawless affection or objectives or any obstructions like that. So we have to think how to serve the citizen and business better through the new technologies or technological procurements. That is building the smart nation atmosphere for everyone to live happily and lead happily. Smart Nation Singapore has many ideas, even though they are having so many ideas, they want to put it into one smart nation. These are all the segments. They are having a lot of strategies to build emergency and disaster management, interagency collaborations, critical as well as infrastructure management system, citizen services, and immigration control. Because Singapore is attracting world talents as well as tourism people, so they need more through the immigration checking over the people who are visiting Singapore or who are residing in Singapore to go abroad also. So law enforcement, information management, that is exchanging of data or information from one department to another department, most probably the public administration service by the government. So the vision of Smart Nation already we revealed enters into the to build face of environment with the capacity of smart logistics, smart health assistance, smart nation technological challenges, how to meet up. So these are all the smart technologies, smart factories, smart grid, which are providing 24 by 7 power sources to enable the country to be alive and functionable. Smart community, which are connecting well with the different kind of stakeholders. Smart hospitality to have better hospitality wellness and health perspective treatments. Smart transportation like MRT system, bus transport, or any other logistic controls, even the shipping, because Singapore is one of the pioneers in shipping and logistics. Smart healthcare in the environment of hospitals, and the smart warehouse where the logistics are going to store the product and dispose the product to different places. So United Nations recently they gave these kind of global goals which are going to make the sustainable development. These are all the 17 goals. You can able to Google up for these UN global goals for sustainable development. You can identify. I just wanted to point out these important things, very, very important for 21st century skills. These are all the context of United Nations social development goals for pupils or students. So you need to focus on quality education, gender equality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climatic actions, and life below the water. So the aquatic environment must need to have clean and non-polluted water. So how do we able to think about sustainable academic development? So we must need to focus on three major areas. One is the education, where the knowledge disseminations are transferring to the people. The research, who are bringing the new technology development and knowledge creation for the innovation and product development or lead optimization, where the entrepreneurs are coming to play with their wealth, how to invest, how to explore the knowledge, knowledge exploitation to solve for the people in a better way. So all these together making the sustainable academic environment. Now the condition is institute and industry, they must need to have a variety of multifaceted operations, which are they have to focus on the education, skills, rural development, water treatment, healthcare, solar power, innovation, environment, infrastructure. So many ways we have to think about that. Now the non-renewable, non-conventional methods like solar power is going to make the new era, and electric cars and electrical appliances are going to come in near future. That is making pollution-free environment. Just a student has shown in Saudi Arabia, the roads are very clean, non-polluted environment like that. So we are hoping to see in coming years of time. Current workforce groups, because when you are talking about the environment or ecosystem, we cannot able to forget or omit the workforce group. So we have currently the baby boomers who are having more than 80, 70 years age, and Gen X, the non-millennials, and Gen Y and Gen Z condition. Gen Y is the millennials, Gen Z, Gen Z is the new generation who are born after 2000, year 2000. So we can able to see the different perspectives of each group. Baby boomers are typical traits, and the Gen X also typical traits, Gen Y also typical traits. But the Gen Z is having focus on the gadgets, or they are focusing well on the atmosphere. They are looking into the problem to solve in a critical way or sensitive ways. So we could see the workforces in 2025. This is the graph represent for the years, but it is almost probably suitable for any developed countries or developing countries. So we could see the lot of age group in between the 20 years to 60 years. So with this pool of workforce, we need to think a lot. How do we generate? Most of them are millennials and Gen Z populations and Gen X. So we need to address the value for them and build up their capacity to meet up with the requirement, overcome with the challenges, and enable them to come with a smart mindedness to serve for the nation in the workforce. So Gen Z people never had the experience without technology. They are having more exposure with the gadgets as of now. What we are having, technology is the must for the schools who wanted to catering the education for nurturing them as well as nourishing them or enriching their capability towards the next generation tasks or next generation expectations. Mostly this Gen Z population, they are expecting 75% of the people they are willing to go for the education. It is not only from the college, but they are choosing the particular discipline which is going to prepare them well to hold some kind of job. That is the main focus they are having. So studies are going to change in near future, which are more towards focused towards with the job opportunity. There are many changes will come in near future. I will share several features in my next slides. So the feature of workforce major manner they are categorizing under the cultural values, talent acquisition, talent development, or talent retentions, and the force, where the collaboration between the humans versus technology, how automated environment or augmented realities or VR solutions or automated or any kind of informational sharing in the workplaces like that. And the space, workplace, the space, the atmosphere, where it is connecting to the platform, like mostly they can exchange the values as well as communications without any restrictions and all. So the digital environment is making them enable them to fit for that. So the smart facility is also going to serve better for their needs. So this is the condition for the future of work. How do we address the need for through the education, the difference between the pedagogy, andragogy, and pedagogy? I don't know how many of you are well versed with this. Pedagogy is the school children who are studying in the classroom, guided by the teacher. Andragogy is the adult people who wanted to continue their education out of the school system. They can able to cope up with the andragogy, where it is mostly towards the sharing kind of ideas or some kind of group learning or some kind of exercise to engage with different activities. Pedagogy is the social learning. where the experiential learning or peer learning or some kind of sharing, this kind of seminars or workshops, this kind of social learning is address the value through the. So I just wanted to make ensure about the learning model. How do you able to engage your futuristic education? Earlier, the pattern was different. Now the situation is enabling in different pattern for the people who wanted to learn best out of the education. 70% challenging projects and assignments. It is the real-time oriented. 20% the relationship with the peers and superiors who wanted to transform the skills for the people, the experienced people, or teachers or professors like that, or coaches or mentors. And 10% only in the classroom or coursework enabled training, which are curriculum or extracurricular activities. But mostly we need to address the 70% is the challenging projects, assignments will be nurturing the mindsets to think about the futuristic learning strategies. The future of learning, we can talk about research for learning and assessment for learning, environment for learning, technology for learning. These four segments, there are a lot of segments available with these four areas, especially global conceptual curriculum need to build. And we have to focus on learning process, that is, which are the agencies going to provide. Them, that agency also must need to fulfill the competencies and the learning domains where the learning platforms are suitable for the people in different kind of categories as well as learning strategies and competency. The learning process must need to enable the competencies to ensure with the people who learn out of this particular ecosystem. This is the global conceptual curriculum oriented system. How the technology is going to make the new shape for the future of education. Traditional education, mostly teaching oriented in classroom, teachers are going to teach. But when you are focusing on the flip-flop manner, out of the classrooms, the student learn new content through video or technology like that. Most of the people now following the YouTube channels or LinkedIn, SlideShare, and many more MOOC class online courses. So these are all the things are going to change in near future for the learning pattern. Out of the classroom, they are engaging some kind of practice, but now the students discuss and explore new applications, challenges through inside the class. And the instruction when student centric or teacher centered, here the instructions most towards with student centered, not with the teacher centered. So now we have to come to deal with how do we equip the people through the learning atmosphere is good enough for them. The smart classes where the equipments like projectors, screens, interactive boards or panels, whatever the things, any gadgets like iPads or any other tools which are available for them to learn something smart manner. And these are all the contents also we need to focus for the 21st century because we cannot go back and study the old pattern. We need to prepare for the new educational policies which are going to enable them for active learning, where active teaching is going to fulfill with the details for enabling enabling them to learn and explore the possibilities. Depth of the classroom. Because of the artificial intelligence, online learning pattern, the future of education is going to entirely change in the atmosphere, especially in Asia. That's why Singapore is leading and they wanted to look into the matter. So the Ministry of Education has looked into the matter and they prepare desired outcome of education, that is DOE, or the person from the school. They have to enable them catch over with the real time and the experiential learning to serve better for the country. I told already for the workforces. So they are focusing on the workforces which are prepared well from the schools or education systems. How do they make it possible? Because they have the learning pattern like this: primary education, secondary education. Primary education is up to 6 years, first year to 6 years, and secondary is 4 to 5 years, and post-secondary for 1 to 2 years, uh, 1 to 6 years within which include the UG and PG atmospheres. Then they are preparing to the workforce to enter. So I just wanted to mention about certain things. Workforce Development Authority of Singapore, they have enabled two centers. One is in higher level, the Lifelong Learning Institute, and they are having the infrastructure like this. You could see the what I showed in the graphic pictures. Here you could see how do they engage the people to learn in the real-time atmospheres, because they are engaging mostly adults to come and learn in the adult learning classes. And this is another division available in Jurong East, Workforce Development Authority. This is Devan Nair Institute of Learning Center. So the next bound of skill feature, because why do we address, we need more continuing education, which are going to transform the skills or mindset of the people, well addressed towards the organizational standards or current environmental challenges. So there are so many jobs, so many trainings they enable already. NUS also make some kind of contributions towards that to build the content and meet up with the requirements who wanted to pursue their adult learning classes. The vision of the first class of CET, continuing education and training system. This is the culture of lifelong learning, which are going to address the relevant of training programs, good access and linkages, best in classroom teaching in the institutions, quality training for the professional. This is making the strong tripartite partnership. Government has provided nearly 2.5 billion for consecutive 5 years of period to see how much they are bringing the value for the nation and the people. So the Singapore Workforce Skill Qualification is endorsed by the government. It is the national credits. So everybody wanted to go for this kind of education. It is open for locals as well as who are coming over from other countries. The competency-based system that is enabling for the knowledge, skills, and attitude for the people. Adult learning principles, modular based and open access for any courses and training. So these are the ways they are recognizing the priority for the learning. So these are all well addressed for the industry needs and internationally benchmarked. So these WSQ principles very well address the modular and flexible based curriculum, and they are making either in-house training or exterior training. On-job training also main criteria for them. So that is making the connection for the people to do the best of the output for the organizations or prepare tasks. So these are the ways the authority is screening for the content, approved for the training, and they are providing the certificate. So these are all the system. You can compare with Australia and Singapore. Mostly it is quite possible the same. They have different classes of achieving the certification, like WSK certificate, higher certificate, advanced certificate, diploma certificate, specialist diploma, graduate diploma, and specialist diploma, like that. So these are the certificates. When they finish the modules, they will get the statement of attainment. Once completed the course, they will achieve the diploma or any other accredited particular level. Why we want this kind of infocom technology oriented or technical vocational education and training? We must need to plan well. We need to build the environment, the facilitation, as well as contents, and create to cope up with the challenges which are very much needed as of now, and teach our training to the persons who wanted to enable and engage this kind of knowledge sharing or skill development or attitude transformations. So this is one of the sector security forces. How do they able to address the value like L1, L2, L3, or L4 levels? Security officer who wanted to promote like another certification as auxiliary police officer, then he is transformed to advanced certificate. He will become security supervisor. When he is finishing the diploma in security management, he can achieve the security executive manager. So this is especially I can address why they wanted to build the WSQ is they wanted to enforce with four different category of the people, PMET, that is professional, managerial, executive, and technical cadre of people. So this is another one of the example. National Infocom Competency Frameworks, they provided the WSQ framework skills, Python fundamental course for the early beginners. This is another example. Building Construction Authority of Singapore, they are using these kind of criteria to have the atmosphere like build smart, build efficiently, build greenery environment. How can we transform the built environment sector together through the courses? They prepare these kind of courses, specialist diploma programs, engage with the different stakeholders who are partnered with them to create this kind of academy as well as providing the education, which are very much required. like BCA Green Mark scheme. So they combine together, they are putting up with various needs like reducing the water, energy, or material resource, reducing the hidden environment for the pollution, increasing the indoor environmental quality. Because Singapore is very small island country, they need to ensure secure, safe, and hygienic status of the country for the people. So these are the map. This is the Singapore map, very small country. Singapore is approved so many training places and educational centers all over, which are mainly covered all over the country. So this is the condition. Ministry of Education is well focused for the continuing education and training. 2020, the world of opportunity is there, and they are focusing on many criteria which are enabling the people to study well and continue for the adult learning courses, which are enabling them to transform whenever, wherever, however it is possible. This is another one, the Premier Institute of Research Institute of Singapore, ASTAR. They want to build the accelerator platform to think about the mind and market. Market is the companies, industries, institutions where the people are engaging the job courses, where the mind is available with the ASTAR, research, innovation, and technology procurements. So they are combining together to play with this. They are engaging the collaborative projects, provided the funding by the government, as well as engaging the industrial partners. They are preparing the core projects. How do they able to address the value for this specific project to bring out the product or solution which are going to upgrade the social transformations? This is another one. The Singapore engineers mostly focus on train for smart factories, where most of the equipments and other things are automated, machine learning atmospheres, integrated with IoT sensors. And all. So these are all the featured places, so the people are prepared ready for them to train and get ready for the task. Singapore has nearly 16 polytechnics and private institutes. They are very much focused for the transforming education, which are very well connected for the innovation, open mind kind of process. So this is the way the Singapore is looking ahead, and their education is globally recognized, and they are topmost in the world as of now. And the research environment cluster of research, innovation, enterprise, you could see research, innovation, and enterprise. So all together they put the government National Research Foundation is providing the money for National University of Hospital and National University of Singapore. They prepare the environment National University Health System, where they are playing together the education and the industry. They can enrich the capability of the people, and they are focusing for the startup ecosystem. Most of the graduates they are working for the startups, and they are doing better for creating the new ecosystem. And this is the way the research is going on in Singapore. And this is another one, Lee Kang Chian School of Medicine in Nanyang Technological University. They are very much focusing on the population health and the aging factor, which are hitting very much as of now. So they are focusing on these major four areas: metabolic disorders, neuroscience and the health, mental health, infection and the immunity, dermatology and skin biology, with various kind of subtopics. These are all the things attracting many pharmaceutical companies. We created the factories here as a Asia Pacific pipeline factories, and many more investments are pumped into the country. That is the way they are playing together with the global strategies and perspectives. This is another institute, Energy Research Institute in Nanyang Technological University. They are integrating interdisciplinary research programs. They are addressing the value for each stakeholders with the different industrial values or expectations. And this is another institute, NTU Institute for Science and Technology in Humanity. Just it is established because nowadays it is the era of war between human resource and machine resources. Earlier, the human resources are dominant, but now the machine resources are getting dominant. So we need to address the value for the humanity. We need to go for responsible innovation, which are addressing the value to protect the humanity, governance and leadership in the age of fourth industrial transformations, emerging urban Asia, because Asia is making more growth and better perspectives to transform into the urban environment. So we need to focus very well to protect the human and the humanity-oriented aspects. Professional services, as of now, everywhere there are a lot of professional values are adding on by every time period like that. this COVID also inducing a lot for the people to build up the capacity, meet up with the professional services in the right way. So we have to focus on these kind of strategies. And this is the leadership qualities, how to build the leaders, how to engage them, how to groom them for the next generation, changing leaders. So these are all the things we need. So we need to create a lot of leadership oriented learning platforms. And this is business safety. Here in Singapore, it is a mandatory thing for many companies who wanted to submit the tender to engage or get from the government or private sectors. They wanted to recognize this kind of learning and development through recognition and involvement. And it is a compliance and regulation by the government. So they have to make themselves to fit for ensuring the business safety in their workplace atmospheres. And the research in 2030, how do you, what kind of way we are ensuring, what stage we are working now and what stage we want to transform, how to project our staff members, our ecosystem, well connected or well established to meet up with the requirement. That is the way you can attract more funding towards your research category or research platform. These are all the new environment which is having more opportunity for digital design, factories of future, smart manufacturing, industry 4.0, digital transformation and robotics and automation. So these are all the things as of now required a lot for enabling the research to go for futuristic values to ensure for the people to engage in future. And this is the IBM model where the integrated research platform they combine with different sources like artificial intelligence, blockchain ecosystem, Internet of Things, or systematic design or biology or semiconductor like that. So these are all the new environmental technology, new generation technologies are going to ensure valuable inputs in future like drones or smart nation environment. They are having many engagements or equipments for enabling and ensuring the atmosphere as smart nation country. So we can able to think about that. And this is the industrial 4.0 where the automation, big data analysis, IoT, autonomous vehicle, cloud computing, or data management things. Data science is going to grow very big manner now. So we have to consider how do we equip the people. So the startup ecosystem is one of the point I want to ensure here, where the new factories or new environment is going to create because with the help of startup ecosystem. How do we build? We need to think about the university and industry combined together to make the partnership. That is the way the values are exchanged from one sector to another sector. That is creating a lot of opportunity for preparing the incubation platform where the startup ecosystem will establish. So the government is also playing together with the institution and the industry sectors. They are pumping more money towards with that to create the ecosystem very well established. So we need to think about industry, academia, and the government partnerships to engage and enrich. So we need to think about another way, entrepreneurial university. As of now, most of the universities only giving knowledge transfer. They are not equipping well for them to meet up with the challenges in the real time. So when you are engaging the industries, industry will provide the opportunity through internship opportunity, training opportunity, exchanging of students to go and work in the part-time manner where the industries are having some kind of vacancies as a part-time students to come and work. So these are all the things creating the university towards with entrepreneurial aspects. Next, I just want to brief about the global online learning pattern. MOOC, massive online open courses. Now Udemy, Coursera, EDX are pioneering in that. LinkedIn SlideShares also contributing certain values for the people to learn and explore. So here you could see how much the volume of size. EDX is engaging 300,000 class size. Moodle is 10,000. Course sites are slightly lesser than that. So we have to focus on these kind of areas. How do we able to finish it? Just I want to ensure now we have to focus on applied learning program which are going to ensure the people to transform the required skills as of now. And this is the global immersion program. We have to think and contributing towards with that. And the STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which are giving the opportunity for the people to learn and explore. Education tools you have to engage for enriching the capability of the people out of the classrooms. This global immersion, you have to exchange your values by visiting different places, Asia or Europe or North America or Australia, New Zealand, like that. So why do you want to have to focus for this global career? Is making the visibility stronger, relationship better, trustworthy is promoting between the people and community. Network is your network. Empowerment strategies are enabling the people towards with excellent strategies. Global connection is your asset. You need to think about that. So we are all a family having different kind of segments: physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and social contributions. We need to building stronger through with these roots together. So we need to root up together and connect together and make it better. Thank you for your patience. I'm very happy. Hope I may meet out with your requirements. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ram. It was really quite informative and lots of insights you have given about what is happening in advanced country like Singapore. So thank you very much for being with us, and I request you to be with us for a little more because our teachers now are going to present. Before I announce for the teachers presentation, let me just take pride in announcing that there were many teachers who have attended the workshop organized by EDUFAM International, and the workshop was Aspire workshop, and then after that they have undergone for 40 days challenge, and this 40 days challenge was that every day they have to listen to the affirmation and they have to repeat the affirmation, then they have to make one energizer, they have to make the image quotes, they are supposed to make the videos for the children, and everything was for the children. And these teachers have religiously, without fail, they have practiced, they have done, and I'm very much